here today, and we're going to talk a topic that I think is so important: the hidden retirement crisis for high earners. Why too much in a 401k is a problem. And you followed the rules, but the 401k could cost you hundreds of thousands in retirement taxes. Why high earners are realizing their tax deferred accounts may blow up later. This topic has massive YouTube search results. We're going to find out why. So, Alan, why is too much money in a 401k or IRA actually a problem for high earners?
Well, Neil, like I said, I ask people why you contribute to a 401k. They say it's a tax deduction. I said, no, it's a tax compounder. We're in the lowest tax bracket we've been in 70 years. And other things that people don't understand, the fees and taxes will decimate your 401k. As an example, 1% fee over a 30-year period will reduce your income by 1/3. The average fee in a 401k is 2.99%. That's according to Forbes magazine a lifetime. People, Neil, will have less than half of their money in retirement, and they get hit with taxes anywhere from 20 to 25%. I mean, people are just not prepared for this. They're also not prepared for the taxation of Social Security and means testing for Medicare Part B, which a 401k still has to pay. And if you're 65 and you make too much money, you have IRMA taxes to pay. I can get rid of all those. But think about that. The average 401k only lasts 5 to 7 years. And high income earners may pay more taxes in retirement than they do now. I want to work with people that are being the same standard of living or a higher standard of living once I prepare a complete comprehensive retirement program for them.
How do high earners end up in this retirement tax trap?
Well, traditional financial advice. I mean, it's a propaganda of Wall Street and fee-based advisors to invest in your 401k. It's for your form of retirement. It's like I said just before this other question. But Ted Benia, the father of the 401k, back in 1973, that's when it was invented. Now he says it's a disaster. It needs to be replaced. And that's the guy that invented the 401k. But deferring taxes now just means paying a higher tax later. Like I said, we've got a $37 trillion deficit right now, and our projected unfunded liabilities deficit over $217 trillion.
What are the warning signs that the 401k will create future tax problems?
Well, number one, the RMDs may put you in a higher tax bracket. And many people in retirement don't even understand what RMDs are. And I'll give you a perfect example. I had a gentleman, multimillionaire, had $1 million in his one of his IRAs. And I said, "What are you going to do with that?" He said, "Well, I'm going to will it to my grandson." I said, "You can't do that." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, first off, whose is that?" He said, "Well, it's mine. There's my name right there in the account." I said, "Yeah, but you got a partner in this. It's called Uncle Sam. You're in the highest tax bracket. You just lost 40%. You just lost $400,000." And I said, "What about your required minimum distribution?" Now he's 65 and didn't know. And this is back in 2017. At that time, if you didn't take the required minimum distribution, it's a 50% penalty plus all the taxes, Neil. And I told him, you'll have less than 5% of your money. His eyes got real big. He said, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" I said, "You're going to pay the taxes on it now." "Well, I don't want to pay taxes." I said, "Nobody wants to pay taxes. But think about this. We're going to take $200,000 a year out for 5 years, more or less the fifth year, depends on what the market does. And by the time you're 70, it'll be all tax-free money. And you can't will it to your grandson because of the Secure Act. The money has to be spent in a 10-year period. And it's taxed at your beneficiary's tax rate, not yours. So, but if it's a Roth, like I said, it will grow tax-free during your time, your lifetime, your son's lifetime, and your grandson's lifetime. And when he wants to take this money out, it's tax-free. It does not affect the taxation of Social Security or the means testing for Medicare Part B. There's no required minimum distribution. Think about that. That's life-changing for people. That's legacy planning is what that is.
What's the solution for high earners stuck with too much tax deferred money?
Well, Roth conversions for one thing, but my favorite is cash value life insurance. Think about it. I've got 8 of these policies, Neil, for my retirement. Well, I have 5 of them for retirement. 2 of them are for my granddaughter's college education fund, and 1 of them is for my debt-free retirement program that I show my clients. But all my money grows tax deferred. It's tax-free when I take it out. Again, does not affect the taxation of Social Security. That means that's Medicare Part B. I have become my own bank, paying myself I haven't gone to the bank to borrow money for over 15 years.
Mm.
But I borrow from myself, pay myself back, increasing my cash value, increasing my death benefit, and then eliminating the effective interest cost I pay whenever I borrow money from a bank, because that money will compound for them. It'll never compound for me. That money's gone forever if I did this financing through a bank or a financial institution. But here's the other thing too. What about IRMA taxes? Very few people understand about IRMA taxes. And if you're a high income earner, that can be thousands of dollars per year that you're not ready to do.
Wow.
Medicare premiums, they go up all the time. And the other thing is, if you have stuff left over in the stock market, well, guess what? Your heirs are going to inherit full taxable vehicle.
How does cash value life insurance help fix the problem? You kind of mentioned some of that. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Well, you think about it. It grows tax deferred. Like I said, you create a legacy, a tax-free legacy for your family. Through the tax strategies that I have, and I'll give you an example of one that I just did here last month. Now, he's only 51 years of age, and he had $1.4 million in a 401k or qualified plan. And we did a tax strategy where we got over $2.2 million back in past taxes through a tax strategy that he's paid in for the last 4 years. We've taken this money, this qualified plan, we're paying all the taxes and penalties on it, and turning his portfolio into tens of millions of dollars of tax-free money, and the death benefit is hundreds. It's tax-free for his beneficiaries. It's legacy planning. I mean, it's not just for one generation; it's for generations down the road.
Right. So I guess the first step for someone worried about their future retirement taxes is to contact you, right?
Absolutely. Give me a call at 910-551-1046. I do not charge for my consultations. It's all about education, and I'm very, very passionate about what I do. But you can go to my website at strategicwealthstrategies.com. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a tax retirement calculator. Click on that. You're going to find out, you're going to be scared to see how much taxes you're going to pay. And then I can show you how much taxes and fees that you're going to lose in that 401k. But there's a place where you can schedule an appointment. I have hundreds of videos on there. I've got newsletters. I've got blog. You name it, I've got it. It's all about education. That education is in my website. And if you want to email me at strategicwealth, the number 0 at gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Like I said, I do not charge a fee for my consultations. It's all about education, and I'm very, very passionate about helping everybody.